There was some time ago that I was a massive workaholic. I was working 6-day weeks. I would often go to the gym before work, meal prep, and then have a very long shift, get home, have dinner, and then left over would be around half an hour where I could just do what I want. And as you can imagine, I wasn't very happy with this routine. I absolutely hated it. My friendships felt really strained and my romantic relationships just felt really broken. Don't get me wrong, I was earning slightly more money, I was getting into good shape, but there was also this feeling that I was just never doing enough. And this is where things went wrong for me. I started going to parties and getting drunk, eating junk food. It seems that sometimes we have coping mechanisms to deal with the stresses that we put on ourselves. But for the long term, this just doesn't work. Like on paper, I was doing everything to guarantee success. I was being productive. I was working my absolute arse off. I was under the impression that working 60-hour weeks, having a side hustle, guarantees success, but that is simply not the case. I think there's this aspect in society which glamorizes hard work. And ever since COVID, there's been more questions now than ever about workplace balance. Like, why have all this responsibility and work hard if you can't even live? Now, here's a few controversial truths. You need to do less. I'm guessing if you are watching these videos, you're quite an ambitious and driven person. So this advice is probably contrary to what you actually believe. But that's the point. Like, you can't do everything, but you need to prioritize. Early on in anything, you have to decide what things are worth pursuing and what things are worth dropping. What are small things that day-to-day conflict with your bigger goals? And this means some tough choices. This could mean dropping salsa, stopping guitar lessons, and even leaving that five-a-side team with your mates to play football. Something has to give. If there's something that truly matters to you, trying to keep up with all these extracurricular things is just exhausting. Now, if you've got stretches of time available, you can focus on your business, your YouTube, your side hustle, your personal training qualification. If you overcommit yourself, that's when you fail. Don't be afraid to be slower. Contrary to the hustle and productivity bros, more isn't always more. More important than this is consistency. No matter how small the progress, if it's done over a longer period of time, that is more successful. Jane Austen was known for writing her novels on pieces of scrap paper in between social visits. Playwright Lin-Manuel Miranda famously wrote his plays in between publishing restaurant reviews and teaching. Doing things on and off, it can be really frustrating at first, but having a constant but slower approach to your goals is definitely more sustainable over the long term. Not everything has to be done within a record time. So now we've got that out of the way, what are some actionable steps? Well, what you can do is dedicate time off for yourself. Book a week off or a weekend. Sometimes what you need is something very simple. The ability to take a step back, to be able to live life. And this gives you the energy to be more focused. Go to a really nice park and have a walk around. Spend a long time cooking a dinner recipe. All these things come together and they're just really good for the soul. This runs contrary to what I was saying before about giving hobbies up, but these hobbies should be there when you need them. Next thing to do, if you do have like a goal or a side hustle, work in really short, intense bursts. I know I've made a point that working hard can be negative, but it's how you work that matters. If you have a project you're working on, lock in, really focus for a couple hours, but make sure you give those couple hours back to yourself so you can do what you want to do. Giving yourself time to recover from an endeavor that requires effort and hard work is really beneficial to you. And incentivize yourself. Be like, okay, once these 3 hours are up, I'm gonna go get myself a massage. I'm gonna go down, get myself like a nice pizza. All these things help you see the benefits of working hard. Because sometimes working hard for the point of working hard, it provides no immediate benefits to it. Sure, you might feel proud for having done something, but the reality is you've sacrificed. If it's all sacrifice and no benefit, you're just gonna be burnt out, you're not gonna want to do anything, you're gonna crash and burn. No amount of pride is gonna keep you going for that long. If there's one thing that I've learned from working my absolute arse off, it's that you lose the point. And you question things. Why work that extra hour? Why work that weekend if I could be dead tomorrow? Balance to me is not a 50-50 split. That value can change at any moment. Some weeks I might be working like an absolute machine. Other weeks I might be taking it slower. And that's fine. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've seen my last video, you can click right here. So like, comment and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Take care.